So the Respective Marriage Act has just been passed by Joe Biden, so I figured that it would probably be a pretty good time to record a video about the Obergefell v. Hodges case, which was a 2015 case that legalized gay marriage across the states. This was also for a class project, but hey, side note. So in Cincinnati, Ohio, 2015, Jim Obergefell reads about the U.S. v. Windsor case, in which the court ruled that same-sex couples can benefit from marriage, among like taxes, being able to write one as a spouse on a birth certificate, among other things. So Jim turns to his boyfriend of 20 years, John, who happened to have ALS and was bedridden at the time, and he proposes to him, asks to go get married. So they go to Maryland and they, get married. So the whole reason that Jim and John wanted to get married in the first place is that Jim wanted to write his name on John's death certificate as a surviving spouse in order to get a lot of benefits from, his death. For example, like life insurance. Now, unfortunately, again, Ohio, homophobic, so they did not recognize the marriage, therefore Jim could not write his name as a surviving spouse. So, Jim sues Ohio. And the reason I'm saying Jim sued Ohio is because John really couldn't do anything. He was bedridden at the time. So they went to court, argued at the Ohio State Supreme Court that Ohio discriminated against same-sex couples who were married legally in other states. Judge Black recognized the marriage, hence changing Ohio state law. Ohio, again being Ohio, appealed to the Court of Appeals. The Court of Appeals ruled in a 2-1 decision, citing the case Supreme Court case Baker v. Nelson. Baker v. Nelson was a Supreme Court case that happened, I don't remember when, but it did, that ruled that states could discriminate against same-sex couples. And it was up to state law to legalize it. Jim and the 6 others pushed it to the Supreme Court. The court heard 4 of the cases. The argument they used was it went against the Equal Protection Clause and the Due Process Clause in the 14th Amendment. There are 2 questions in this case. Does the 14th Amendment... Does the 14th Amendment mandate that states give a license to 2 people of the same sex? The second, does the 14th Amendment mandate that a state recognizes a same-sex marriage in another state? The judges ended up ruling in a 5-4 decision in Jim's favor. Now, what this case means to me, it's a little bit obvious. Bisexual people at my school know that. And I would also really like to marry at some point in my life. I see it in my future. Now, whenever I was a little kid, when this case was heard, and whenever I was, probably about 10 years old, I didn't even really know what gay marriage was. I didn't even know what it was about, really. Didn't even know I was gay. So, I remember sitting in my house with, it was actually at my grandparents' house. Funnily enough, we were doing a puzzle of the Constitution while it was announced on the television that the court ruled in a 5-4 decision to Jim's favor. And I remember both my grandparents booing at the TV whenever it was announced. Thinking back on it, that kind of hurts, but maybe one day they'll be better, but I really doubt it. They're old and stuck in their ways, but that ain't gonna stop me from being happy. So, thanks, U.S. government, for helping me out. Well, I'm gonna end this now. I hope you have a good day, and rock on.
No, you don't understand. It's not like that. You see, it's really quite simple. Sun is like a melody in my